I would like to use today's session to get your reactions. Did any writer in particular catch your interest? Yes, Sylvia?
I must say, I found Emily Dickinson fascinating as a person and great as a poet. I mean, here was this provincial New England spinster who would eventually never leave the grounds of her father's house and who wrote all that incredible verse.
Interestingly, she was not published and subsequently not recognized for her literary greatness until after her death.
That's right.
That's
Her
right.
family found her
found
unpublished works written on backs of envelopes and on brown paper bags, neatly wrapped in string and tucked away in dresser drawers.
What amazed me was that such imaginative, imagistic poetry would come from a woman of limited personal life and little schooling, not to mention the strong Puritan influence of the times.
But
don't forget that besides the Bible, Emily Dickinson did read Shakespeare, the Puritan romantic Ralph Waldo Emerson, as well as the romantic from Britain.
We also shouldn't forget that Dickinson would later turn away from severe theology and embrace a life of imagination and the discipline of lyric poetry.
She never married.
Any significance?
Dickinson chose to isolate herself in her dear home. She claimed to have found ecstasy in living. I think she also found ecstasy in writing about.
I agree. Look at her treatment of the great themes: nature, love, death, and immortality.
And she could do this by writing about bees, spiders, moths, sunrises, and sunsets. As we are about to conclude our unit on the writers of the realism and naturalism period in American literature, I would like to use today's session to get your reactions. Did any writer in particular catch your interest? Yes, Sylvia?
Yes, Sylvia?
I must say, I found Emily Dickinson fascinating as a person and great as a poet. I mean, here was this provincial New England spinster who would eventually never leave the grounds of her father's house and who wrote all that incredible verse.
Interestingly, she was not published and subsequently not recognized for her literary greatness until after her death.
That's right. Her family found her unpublished works written on backs of envelopes and on brown paper bags, neatly wrapped in string and tucked away in dresser drawers.
What amazed me was that such imaginative, imagistic poetry would come from a woman of limited personal life and little formal schooling, not to mention the strong Puritan influence of the times.
But don't forget that besides the Bible, Emily Dickinson did read Shakespeare, the Puritan romantic Ralph Waldo Emerson, as well as the romantic from Britain.
We also shouldn't forget that Dickinson would later turn away from severe theology and embrace a life of imagination and the discipline of lyric poetry.
She never married. Any significance?
Dickinson chose to isolate herself in her dear home. She claimed to have found ecstasy in living. I think she also found ecstasy in writing about it.
I agree. Look at her treatment of the great themes: nature, love, death, and immortality.
And she could do this by writing about bees, spiders, moths, sunrises, and sunsets. As we are about to conclude our unit on the writers of the realism and naturalism period in American literature, I would like to use today's session to get your reactions. Did any writer in particular catch your interest? Yes, Sylvia?
I must say, I found Emily Dickinson fascinating as a person and great as a poet. I mean, here was this provincial New England spinster who would eventually never leave the grounds of her father's house and who wrote all that incredible verse.
Interestingly, she was not published and subsequently